Pattaya, one of the most vibrant tourist destinations in Thailand, is known for its beaches, bustling nightlife, and a unique energy that attracts visitors from around the world. Among the numerous famous streets in the city, one stands out for its peculiar and intense atmosphere. SOI6, the small street, has become one of the most iconic spots in Pattaya, piquing the curiosity of tourists and adventurers who wish to explore the true essence of the city. But what makes SOI6 so special? What is it about this street that makes it so talked about among travelers and expatriates? In this video, we will take a stroll through this legendary area, showing how it has become one of the symbols of Pattaya and what you can expect when visiting it. If you have heard of SOI6 but have never had the chance to experience it in person, or if you are planning a trip to Thailand and want to better understand what you will find there, stay until the end, as this virtual tour will be essential to your experience. Before we begin our journey, it is important to make it clear that this video has an informative tone. The goal here is not to judge, glamorize, or criticize, but to present the facts, culture, and atmosphere that make SOI6 such a unique place. Like any other tourist spot, this street has its attractions, its peculiarities, and also its challenges. Therefore, this video will serve as a guide for those who want to explore the area with respect and awareness. SOI6 is not just any street in Pattaya. For many tourists, it represents an unforgettable experience, whether due to cultural shock, constant excitement, or the curiosity it arouses. Throughout the next sections, we will explore its location, history, what you can find there, as well as essential tips for those who wish to visit it. The city of Pattaya, as a whole, has a reputation built over decades. Once a fishing village, the area underwent a radical transformation during the Vietnam War when American soldiers discovered it as a refuge for rest and leisure. From that point on, Pattaya grew exponentially, attracting tourists from all over the world. SOI6, in particular, became one of the most famous points of this growth, gaining notoriety for its vibrant nightlife and the culture that developed around it. Today, SOI6 is a true microcosm within Pattaya. Anyone walking down this street during the day and at night quickly realizes how the atmosphere changes drastically. In the morning, it is still possible to find a relatively calm environment, with some bars open and local residents going about. However, as the sun sets, the street transforms into one of the liveliest spots in the city, with flashing neon lights, loud music, and a heavy flow of people. It is this contrast that makes SOI6 so fascinating. Unlike other entertainment venues in Pattaya, such as Walking Street, which has a more diverse visitor profile, or SOILK Metro, which attracts a more specific audience, SOI6 has a unique identity. It carries an almost cinematic character with eccentric characters, curious stories, and an environment that surprises even the most experienced travelers. If you have never visited Thailand, you might be wondering if SOI6 is a place for all types of tourists. The answer largely depends on what you are looking for in a trip. Some people go to Pattaya in search of beaches and luxury resorts, while others want to explore the nightlife and its different facets. The important thing is to know that SOI6 is not just any tourist spot, but rather a place that is part of the city's cultural identity and its tourism. In this video, we will cover everything you need to know about this iconic street. We will explore where it is located, what you can expect when strolling through it, how to enjoy the experience safely and respectfully, and some curiosities that make this place so fascinating. We will also provide tips for those who wish to explore SOI6 without falling into tourist traps or unpleasant surprises. By the end of this video, you will have a complete view of SOI6 and be able to decide if this experience makes sense for your trip. So get ready for a unique stroll through one of the most talked about places in Pattaya. In the next chapter, we will begin by understanding exactly where SOI6 is located and how to get there, so you can plan your visit in the best way possible. Pattaya is located approximately 150 kilometers south of Bangkok, on the eastern coast of Thailand. The city is one of the most visited tourist destinations in the country, receiving millions of tourists every year. Within this context, SOI6 stands out as one of the most well-known streets in the area. Situated between Beach Road and Second Road, two of the main roads running north to south through the city. If you are planning to visit SOI6, the first step is to understand how to get to Pattaya. For those arriving in Thailand through Suvarnabhumi International Airport in Bangkok, there are several transportation options. The fastest and most comfortable way is to hire a private taxi or use ride-hailing services, which take about 2 hours to reach Pattaya, depending on traffic. Another popular alternative is the bus, which departs directly from the airport and bus stations in the capital, offering a more economical option for travelers. For those already in Bangkok looking for a more authentic experience, it is also possible to travel by train. Although this mode of transport is slower and less comfortable, it can be an interesting option for those who want to learn a little more about the interior of Thailand during the journey. However, most tourists end up opting for the bus or taxi due to convenience. Once in Pattaya, getting around the city is relatively simple. Soi 6 is located in the heart of the tourist area, making it easily accessible by various means of transportation. One of the most common options is the Songtha's adapted pickup trucks that function as shared taxis and follow fixed routes along major avenues. The fare is quite affordable, and this is one of the most popular ways to get around among tourists and locals alike. Another option for getting around is renting a scooter, which provides more freedom to explore the city at one's own pace. However, it's important to remember that traffic in Thailand can be chaotic for those not accustomed to it, and riding a motorcycle requires caution. For those who prefer to avoid risks, there is also the option of using motorcycle taxis, which are widely available in Pattaya and tend to be a quick way to reach SOI 6. SOI 6 has a privileged location within the city. It is just a short walk from Beach Road, one of the busiest avenues in Pattaya, which runs along the beachfront and is home to hotels, restaurants, and shops. For those staying in the central part of the city, it's just a few minutes walk to reach SOI 6 and start exploring the area. An interesting detail about SOI 6 is that, despite being a relatively small street, its fame transcends borders. Many tourists arrive at the location out of curiosity, attracted by the area's reputation and the unique energy it exudes. Unlike Walking Street, which is an extensive and multifunctional avenue with a wide variety of establishments, SOI 6 has a more compact and specific character, making the entire experience there even more intense. Another important point to consider when visiting SOI 6 is the timing. During the day, the street has a relatively calm atmosphere, with a few bars open and only a handful of tourists wandering around. However, in the late afternoon and evening, the scene changes completely. Neon lights come on, the music gets louder, and the street fills with visitors, creating a vibrant and chaotic atmosphere at the same time. Regardless of how you arrive at SOI 6, it's essential to plan your visit well. Like any other tourist destination, understanding the logistics and knowing the available transportation options can make all the difference in ensuring a more relaxed and enjoyable experience. SOI 6 is not just any street in Pattaya. It has its own identity, which sets it apart from other famous spots in the city. While places like Walking Street attract a varied crowd and SOILK Metro has a more intimate atmosphere, SOI 6 stands out for its intense energy and the unique experience it offers to those who decide to explore it. But what exactly makes this street so special? First and foremost, it is impossible to talk about SOI 6 without mentioning its history. Before it became one of the busiest streets in the city, Pattaya was just a fishing village. Everything changed during the Vietnam War when American soldiers began to frequent the area in search of rest and entertainment. This influx of visitors spurred the city's growth, and SOI 6 was one of the places that developed rapidly in this context. Over the years, the street has solidified its status as one of the most iconic spots in Pattaya. Unlike other areas of the city, where nightlife blends with other tourist attractions, SOI 6 has a well-defined purpose: to offer a vibrant experience for those seeking fun. The environment is dynamic, with bars, neon signs, and a constant soundtrack that brings the street to life. Another factor contributing to the fame of SOI 6 is its audience. The street attracts tourists from all over the world, each with different expectations. Some visit the place for the first time, driven by curiosity, while others are familiar with the area and return year after year. Additionally, there is a large number of expatriates living in Pattaya who regularly frequent SOI 6, contributing to the unique atmosphere of the place. Compared to other famous spots in Pattaya, SOI 6 has its own style. While Walking Street is broader and more diverse, offering everything from bars to clubs and upscale restaurants, SOI 6 is more direct and compact. The feeling of walking down this street is different from anywhere else in the city. There's always something happening, whether it's a group of excited tourists, a DJ playing upbeat music, or simply the fast pace of Thai nightlife. In addition to the vibrant energy, SOI 6 is also a place full of curious stories. Many tourists share accounts of unusual experiences they had there, whether it be an unexpected night of fun, memorable encounters, or situations that became unforgettable. The fact that the street is always bustling creates an environment ripe for surprises and spontaneous events, adding to its charm. The transformation of SOI 6 throughout the day is another fascinating aspect. During the morning and early afternoon, the street has a more subdued atmosphere. Some bars open their doors, but most of the people passing through are local workers and a few tourists exploring the area. However, as the afternoon progresses, the street begins to come alive. The neon lights turn on, the music rises, and the atmosphere changes completely. At night, SOI 6 becomes one of the most vibrant places in Pattaya, with a constant flow of visitors. Another interesting detail is that SOI 6 is not a place exclusively aimed at tourists. Many Thais also frequent the area, whether working in the establishments or simply enjoying the atmosphere. This mix of cultures and visitor profiles adds to the uniqueness of the place. While SOI 6 is a fascinating place, it's important to remember that not all tourists feel comfortable there. The environment can be intense for some people, especially for those who are not used to the nightlife in Pattaya. However, for those who enjoy exploring different places and are open to new experiences, SOI 6 can be a must-visit destination. Upon arriving at SOI 6, the first thing any visitor notices is the unique energy that dominates the area. The street is not particularly long, but every meter of it is filled with activity. Bars with flashing neon signs, loud music blaring from speakers, and a constant flow of people create a dynamic scene that extends from the afternoon into the early morning. The atmosphere of SOI 6 is unlike any other spot in Pattaya, and just a quick walk through it makes it clear why it has become so famous. During the day, the street is quieter. Many bars are still closed or operating at a slower pace. Some tourists stop by for lunch or a cold beer while watching the city's flow. There are also local workers and expatriates living in Pattaya who use SOI 6 as a meeting point. This daytime version of the street can be a good option for those who want to get to know the place in a more laid-back way, without the intensity of the nightlife. But it is at night that SOI 6 truly comes alive. As the sun sets, the neon lights turn on, the bars fill up, and the music takes over the atmosphere. The activity on the street increases significantly, with tourists exploring every corner and the establishments operating at full throttle. For those who enjoy observing human behavior and experiencing a completely different culture, walking through SOI 6 at night is a unique experience. The bars of SOI 6 are the main highlight of the area. Each one has its own identity, with varied decorations and distinct themes. Some have vibrant lighting and electronic music, while others offer a more relaxed environment, perfect for sitting down and enjoying a drink without rush. In general, prices are affordable, and it's possible to find everything from local beers to elaborate cocktails, depending on the type of experience the visitor is looking for. Another interesting point about SOI 6 is the Thai hospitality. Anyone who has visited Thailand knows that the country is known for its warm and welcoming service, and this is reflected in the establishments of SOI 6. Bar staff are often outgoing and interactive, ensuring that customers feel at ease. This style of hospitality is a hallmark of Thai culture and contributes to the unique experience of the street. In addition to the bars, SOI 6 also features restaurants and small establishments selling street food. For those who want to grab a bite before continuing to explore, there are various options for typical Thai dishes, such as the famous Pad Thai, grilled meat skewers, and servings of fried rice. Thai food is known for its bold flavors and intense spices, and even in a busy street like SOI 6, it's possible to find good culinary options. The hustle and bustle of SOI 6 also attracts street vendors, who roam the street offering everything from tourist souvenirs to everyday accessories and items. Many tourists seize the opportunity to buy small souvenirs or try local snacks. This mix of informal commerce with nightlife creates a vibrant and unpredictable scene where there is always something happening. Another interesting characteristic of SOI6 is its diversity of visitors. While many tourists are foreigners, there is also a significant presence of expatriates living in Thailand who frequent the area regularly. This creates a multicultural environment where people from different nationalities meet and share experiences. Thailand in general is a very welcoming country for tourists, and this diversity can be felt intensely in SOI6. However, it is important to note that SOI6 may not be for everyone. The fast pace of the street, loud music, and constant activity can be overwhelming for some visitors. For those who prefer a more tranquil experience, it might be better to explore other areas of Pattaya, such as the beaches and night markets, which offer a more relaxed atmosphere. For those who want to get to know SOI6 but aren't sure where to start, a good strategy is simply to walk down the street at a leisurely pace, observing the establishments and soaking in the vibe of the place. There is no fixed itinerary to follow, and each visitor can build their own experience according to their preferences. Some people enjoy hopping into various bars and trying out different atmospheres, while others prefer to choose one place and spend the night there. Whatever approach is chosen, SOI6 is a place that leaves memories. The intensity of the environment, the mix of cultures, and Thai hospitality give the street its own identity, impossible to replicate anywhere else in the world. Now that we've explored what you can find in SOI6, in the next chapter we will bring essential tips for those who wish to visit the area safely and enjoyably. If you have decided to visit SOI6, it is important to be prepared to make the most of the experience. Although the street has a vibrant and welcoming atmosphere like any popular tourist destination, there are some precautions that should be taken to ensure a safe and hassle-free visit. In this chapter, we will discuss essential tips so that you can explore SOI6 with peace of mind, avoiding traps and making the most of what the place has to offer, how to enjoy the experience in a respectful and safe manner. Thailand is a country known for its hospitality, and Pattaya is no exception. However, it is essential to remember that there are cultural norms and behaviors that should be respected. Even in a lively environment like SOI6, maintaining a polite and respectful attitude makes all the difference. An essential tip is to avoid invasive behaviors. Taking pictures of people without permission, asking intrusive questions, or acting disrespectfully can be frowned upon. Although SOI6 has a relaxed atmosphere, local customs should be taken into consideration. If you want to document your experience, always ask for permission before taking photos or recording videos. Another important point is the consumption of alcoholic beverages. SOI6 has a wide variety of bars and drinks are often reasonably priced. However, it is advisable to maintain some control to avoid unpleasant situations. Many tourists get carried away by the excitement of the street and end up overindulging, which can lead to reckless behavior or even minor incidents. Additionally, it is important to always check your bill before paying to avoid unexpected surprises. Average prices and costs of the experience. One of the advantages of SOI6 compared to other areas of Pattaya is that prices are relatively accessible. Prices may vary from bar to bar, but generally they follow a reasonable average for tourists. A local beer costs around 80 to 120 baht, depending on the establishment. Cocktails and imported drinks tend to be more expensive, ranging from 150 to 300 baht. For those who want to try snacks and quick meals, the prices are also affordable. A typical Thai dish, such as fried rice with chicken or pad Thai, can cost between 100 and 250 baht, depending on the place. Besides drinks and food, it is important to pay attention to additional fees that may be charged in some bars. In certain establishments, service charges may be included in the final bill, so it is always worth checking prices before placing orders. What to avoid in SOI6? Although SOI6 is a safe destination for tourists, like any busy place, there are some traps that can be avoided. One of the main precautions to take concerns inflated bills in bars. Some establishments may add extra items to the bill, especially for inattentive tourists. To avoid this problem, always check the invoice before paying and, if possible, keep track of the prices of consumed products throughout the night. Another point of attention is to be cautious with personal belongings. Since the street is busy and has a high flow of people, occasional thefts can happen, especially in very crowded places. It is best to keep your wallet, phone, and other valuables well secured and to avoid carrying large amounts of cash. Additionally, it is advisable to avoid confrontations or unnecessary arguments. As in any other tourist destination, some people may act more insistently to convince visitors to enter certain bars or consume certain products. If you are not interested, simply decline politely and continue on your way. General tips for a smooth visit. Prefer to visit SOI 6 with company. Although many people explore the area alone, being accompanied can make the experience safer and more enjoyable. Be attentive to transportation. If you plan to return to your hotel late at night, make sure you have a safe and reliable transportation option. Motorbike taxis and songthas are abundant in the area, but always negotiate the price before getting on. Avoid confrontations. The atmosphere in SOI 6 is relaxed, but arguments can happen in any nightlife environment. If there is any uncomfortable situation, the best thing to do is to walk away and avoid conflicts. Bring small change. Some establishments may not accept credit cards or may not have change for very large bills. Having smaller notes makes transactions easier. Drink water and stay hydrated. The weather in Thailand can be hot and humid, and with alcohol consumption, it is easy to become dehydrated quickly. SOI 6 is not just a busy street in Pattaya, but a true symbol of the city. Over the years, this small street has gained an international reputation, accumulating peculiar stories, striking characters, and curious events that make it a unique place. In this chapter, we explore some of the most interesting facts about SOI 6 and the impact it has on local culture and economy, peculiar stories and unusual events. SOI 6 is a place where many curious stories happen. Some tourists report completely unexpected experiences when visiting the street for the first time. There are accounts of visitors who entered bars just to take a look and ended up spending the whole night there, captivated by the engaging atmosphere. Others share stories of unusual encounters with eccentric characters, such as expatriates who have lived in Thailand for decades and share their life experiences in one of the most vibrant destinations in Southeast Asia. Furthermore, the street has been the stage for unusual events that have gained media attention. Some themed parties organized by the bars attract a large number of tourists, creating moments that quickly go viral on social media. Videos showcasing the energy of SOI 6 during its peak hours often circulate on the internet, catching the attention of those who have yet to discover the place. Another interesting fact is that, as one of the most famous spots in Pattaya, SOI 6 receives visitors from different parts of the world. It is common to hear a mix of languages while walking down the street, as tourists from Europe, America, Australia, and even other Asian countries frequent the area. This cultural diversity gives SOI 6 a unique atmosphere, where different customs and forms of interaction blend together. How the government and local residents view SOI 6. Although it is a popular destination among tourists, SOI 6 is not always viewed positively by all local residents. As in many cities with nightlife-focused areas, there are debates about the impact of this type of tourism on the local community. The Thai government has already implemented various measures to better regulate and organize SOI 6 and similar areas in Pattaya. The aim of these initiatives is to maintain public order and ensure that the city continues to be a safe tourist destination for visitors of all ages. On the other hand, many residents recognize that SOI 6 plays an important role in the city's economy. The street generates a significant amount of money, boosting not only local bars and businesses, but also sectors such as transportation, accommodation, and food. For this reason, despite occasional controversies, SOI 6 remains one of the most important points of tourism in Pattaya. Impact of SOI 6 on Pattaya tourism. Pattaya is a city that receives millions of tourists each year, and SOI 6 contributes significantly to this activity. Although there are many other attractions in the city, such as beaches, temples, and nearby tropical islands, the nightlife continues to be one of the main factors attracting visitors to the area. Additionally, SOI 6 has an interesting peculiarity. While some famous streets around the world undergo gentrification and changes over time, this street remains true to its essence. Despite some minor transformations in recent years, SOI 6 retains its vibrant and authentic atmosphere, which makes many tourists return to the location on different trips. Another important aspect is the spontaneous marketing that SOI 6 receives through social media. Many tourists share their experiences on the street, whether through videos, blogs, or posts on travel forums. This type of free publicity helps maintain the popularity of SOI6 and attracts new visitors who want to experience the unique atmosphere of this place. Is SOI6 for all kinds of tourists? The answer to this question largely depends on the visitor's profile. For those who enjoy discovering different aspects of a destination's culture, SOI6 can be an interesting experience even if it's just to observe the street's dynamics and feel the local vibe. However, for those who prefer a more relaxed trip focused on beaches and cultural tours, there may be other areas of Pattaya that fit better into their itinerary. One thing is certain. SOI6 is a place that sparks curiosity, whether through tourist accounts, videos circulating on the internet, or stories shared among travelers. This small street in Pattaya always finds a way to remain relevant in the global tourism scene. Now that we have explored all aspects of SOI6, from its history to its peculiarities, the final question arises: is it worth visiting this iconic street in Pattaya? The answer, as with any tourist destination, depends on the traveler's profile and the expectations they have when exploring the city. SOI6 is a vibrant place, full of energy, and with an environment that can be both fascinating and intense. For those who enjoy uncovering different facets of local culture and understanding. What makes Pattaya one of the most visited destinations in Thailand? This street is undoubtedly an interesting stop. The experience of walking through it, observing the nightlife dynamics, and interacting with different types of people can lead to unforgettable stories. For those seeking only relaxation, tropical beaches, and cultural tours, SOI6 may not be the best option. Pattaya offers a wide variety of activities, from impressive Buddhist temples to islands with crystal clear waters, and each tourist can choose what fits best into their itinerary. The positives of SOI6: lively and unique atmosphere. Few streets in the world can match the intensity and energy of SOI6 if you enjoy bustling places full of life. This can be an interesting experience. Affordable prices. Compared to other tourist areas in Thailand, SOI6 has reasonable prices for drinks and food, making it a viable option for those looking to have fun without spending too much. Cultural mix. The presence of tourists from all over the world makes SOI6 a multicultural meeting point, where you can meet people from different countries and share travel experiences. Easy access. Its central location in Pattaya makes it easy to include in your itinerary, whether for a quick visit or to spend an entire night exploring the bars and restaurants, the points that may not please everyone. Heavy traffic and noise. SOI6 is a bustling street, and those who do not enjoy crowded places with loud music may feel uncomfortable. Specific experience. Unlike Walking Street, which has a wider variety of entertainment options, SOI6 has a well-defined focus. If this type of environment does not interest you, it may not be worth the visit. Possible tourist traps. Like any very busy tourist area, you need to be cautious to avoid inflated bills at bars or unexpected charges. Final tips for those who want to experience SOI6. If you have decided to include SOI6 in your travel itinerary, here are some tips to make your experience more enjoyable. Go with an open mind. The place has its own unique environment. Take the opportunity to observe the local culture and understand the street's dynamics without judgment. Set a budget. If you plan to spend time in the bars of SOI6, set a maximum amount to spend. This way, you can avoid surprises on the bill at the end of the night. Choose the right time to visit. During the day, SOI6 is quieter, and at night it transforms completely. Depending on the type of experience you are looking for, choose the best time to go. Be mindful of your belongings. As in any busy tourist area, it is important to keep your wallet and phone secure to avoid petty theft. Be polite and respectful. Thai hospitality is one of the country's greatest qualities. Being polite to locals and staff at establishments makes all the difference in having a good experience. SOI6 is an essential part of Pattaya's identity. For some, it represents just a curious tourist spot, while for others it is a vibrant destination full of stories. Regardless of how you view this street, there is no denying that it plays an important role in the culture and economy of the city. If you are the type of traveler who likes to explore all facets of a destination, then SOI6 could be an interesting stop on your itinerary. On the other hand, if you prefer quieter, family-friendly environments, it might be better to explore other parts of Pattaya. In the end, the decision to visit or not visit SOI 6 solely depends on your travel style and what you expect to find in Thailand. But one thing is certain, for those who venture down this iconic street, the experience is unlikely to be forgotten. If you enjoyed this video and want more content about Thailand and its fascinating destinations, leave your comment below and share your questions or experiences. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. See you on the next adventure.